So not much has changed with this show over the past week. The audience score has dropped. That's at 6% now. It was at 8% last week. I think then it dropped down to 7, kind of stayed there. Now it's at 6. The critic meter is at 57% now. I'm wondering if they'll get that up to 60, and then I think that would make the show fresh. I think once it hits 60, it becomes a fresh show, and then they could get rid of this splat. People are trying. We're going to go over one of those reviews in a minute. I think 6% is kind of high for this show. I think this show could be the first one we ever see hit. Has a show hit 1% yet? Ever? Has there ever been a show that gets a 1% audience rating? That's the question I have. I think we could see it with Velma. Don't forget, we have how many more weeks of this? So I think we're about to get the third and the fourth episode. So about 4 more weeks of Velma. 4 more weeks of Velma. What a trash fire this show is. Everybody hates it. Except for a couple of people. We're going to talk about them. Mindy Kaling, though, under the microscope. Big time. A lot of people taking pretty much everything that she's done now, and they're looking at it with a big microscope, going through it with a comb, making sure everything has been checked, looking for any way to cancel her, really. This clip here is interesting. It's about her talking about this guy that she met at the office when she was on that show, and apparently she improvised kissing him because she thought he was so hunky. So she just jumped up and started making out with him. Was not in the script. Who knows if he wanted to do that? But if he complains about it, he's a guy. They're going to mock him. And then at the end of the clip, she says that if anybody says anything about the kiss being improvised, they'll be fired. Now, she was joking, but imagine if this had been a man who said this. Yeah, I just bent down and kissed her. Didn't even let her talk. I just kissed her. They'd be crucified. They'd be done. So there's a little bit of a double standard there. A little bit of a double standard. And that's out in the open now. Everyone's talking about this. A lot of people just talking about her in general. They're talking about her on the Mindy Project right here. Like, it's just, this is bad news for her. Though she'll be fine. She has a lot of protections in Hollywood because of who she is. She's literally some of the new royalty, so she'll be okay. But if this had been a man, I promise you, they'd be fired. I've seen people get fired for a lot less. So here's some of the rhetoric going around. Everyone's favorite trash fire, CBR, one of the biggest trash outlets out there, always quick to jump whenever a media company says, hey, CBR, we need you to clean the bathroom that someone just exploded in. They run right in there with a toothbrush. They want to savor it, make sure every speck of shit gets cleaned up while they're in there. Damn the cost to them and their pride. They're going to lick the shit. They're going to clean it right up. Yes, boss. Yes, sir, Mr. Hollywood, sir. Shills. Should be shillresources.com. They don't even talk about comic books, really. They spend too much of their time trying to run damage control for Hollywood. So this is what's funny about this. So HBO Max's Velma offers the best version of Shaggy. 2 episodes in, and HBO Max's Velma is breaking stereotypes, pushing inclusivity and equality, and ultimately, it's giving fans the best Shaggy ever. The best Shaggy ever. A beta male wuss who constantly pines over Velma, begs her for dates, and is just an overall loser. And I'm not saying Shaggy was a winner in the original series either, but this one is not the best version. It's awful. Awful version of Shaggy. But they're pushing this now as the perfect version. It's breaking stereotypes. It's got every woke trope in it. So how the hell is that happening? But, CBR, what more can I say about them? Then you've got people saying that the show is so bad, it's so awful, that it must be some kind of psyop. It's secretly hiding the fact that Mindy Kaling is secretly a conservative or something. And I find it funny that this show is such a bad show. Such a bad show. That people are wondering if this is all done fake, to be fake, and to try to make fun of the woke. I don't think so. I think these people just literally thought that this would be the funniest shit ever, and it's not. The critics have weighed in, and most agree that Velma, a new animated show on HBO Max, is terrible, but some internet personalities went even further, claiming that the show was so bad that it must be a psyop intended to embarrass the left. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this is legit. They thought this would be funny. And then you've got some people, the fan base, the Scooby Doo fan base, very upset. They consider this an insult to their favorite franchise, and I don't blame them. It was only a matter of time till they got to Scooby Doo anyway. Every single older franchise is going to be harvested. It's going to be harvested. Every single franchise is going to get the woke effect because these people can't create anything of value that anybody wants to watch. And because of that, they've got to go and they've got to attach it. They've got to attach their bullshit to already established franchises. We've seen it time and time again. It's only a matter of time till every single franchise gets hit with this trash. Wait till they do the Flintstones. I'm sure that's coming. You've got another shill site here. So this is counter to this one. Is it an insult? Is it really an insult to Scooby-Doo fans? We don't even need to read this. The answer is yes. It absolutely is an insult to Scooby-Doo fans. But some people are defending it. Widely respected outlet Out Magazine is saying Velma is so much better than haters and trolls want you to believe. It's so great. The best. Calling it review bombing, of course. It's getting review bombed. There's no way it's that awful. It can't be that awful. It's the greatest. This writer laughed out loud. What a joke. So this is where we're at now. It's a conspiracy. It's got the best Shaggy ever. Mindy Kaling, it better hope that she's got all of her skeletons in the closet hidden very, very well under a deadbolt, because everybody's looking at her now, looking for something on her. And I wonder, what are they going to find? Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.